49 past the hour. Joining us now, former editor-in-chief of BuzzFeed News, now a media columnist for the New York Times. Ben Smith joins us. He's out with his inaugural column for the paper entitled, Why the Success of the New York Times May Be Bad for Journalism.
So, Ben, you walk into the newsroom, everybody shakes your hand.
Great story idea.
Says, welcome to the team. You release your first article that says the New York Times is bad for America, bad for journalism, bad for Western civilization. I'm wondering, did they all sort of nod and shake your hand and said, it's nice knowing you, buddy? Or, because this has gotten a lot of buzz.
So
It's a great article.
Today is actually my first day, and Nick Confessori, who's on your set with me, I'm hoping will walk me into the building, because I don't even have a key card or anything. We'll see.
You need some protection. You know, it's fascinating, though.
Pretty gutsy.
Yeah, no, I've got to say, it was such a fascinating article. And I must say, my big takeaway from it, I mean, I'm obviously concerned about media consolidation, but you paint an extraordinary story, though, over the past 5 years of just an unbelievable turnaround in the New York Times.
Yeah, I mean, it is, you know, I think what has happened is the New York Times has basically joined this digital economy where success can come really fast if you do it right. And they, unlike almost everybody else, invested heavily in journalism, and that's what people wanted. And they've seen this, you know, shocking rise, and it's, you know, it's a great success for them. And if you look across these other digital economies, I mean, they're not on the scale of a Google or of a Facebook, but almost every business you look at these days, and not only in digital, you have a winner, and then you got like a couple in second and third place, and then everybody else is down here. And increasingly, that's what journalism is looking like.
So the Washington Post, obviously with Jeff Bezos's backing and Fred Ryan there. I mean, I know Fred and know a lot of people. The Washington Post write a column there regularly. They've also experienced pretty great growth over the past 4 or 5 years. But you gave a stat that said the New York Times has more digital subscribers than the Post, the Wall Street Journal, and you said all the Gannett papers. Is
all
that right?
250 Gannett papers combined. Yeah, and that's, you know, that's not to say that.
Why?
I think because you hit in these industries, you hit these sort of virtuous circles where, you know, you have more subscribers, you have more revenue, you spend that on better tech, more journalists, and it's, you know, it's a circle. It feeds itself, and that's how you have these huge dominant players in industries. That's not to say the Post isn't thriving, the Wall Street Journal isn't thriving. They both are.
Right.
But the Times has these big advantages and is continuing to consolidate those advantages. It's going, you know, we reported today that it's going out and buying the podcast studio Serial, very close to that deal. Right. In a way that it's very hard to imagine a few years ago. Any newspaper company doing that.
Yeah, so tell me, how much do the New York Times, I'm trying to figure out a safe way to ask this question, so I just won't ask it safely. How much do they owe their success to Donald Trump, the man who constantly calls them the failing New York Times, and yet, of course, that too is a massive lie. The Times are doing better than they could have ever imagined before Donald Trump became president.
I mean, Trump has been a gift to all the media that he's obsessed with, you guys included. I mean, I think that, you know, the president is always kind of the media consumer in chief, and whatever is running through his brain, you know, he gets this added status. For Obama, by the way, he was obsessed with new media, and that was great for us when I was at BuzzFeed. Trump has in some ways elevated, you know, across the board, he's elevated television, he's elevated Fox News, but he's certainly elevated the Times, the Post. And I think in some ways he like lit the fuse that got them, that started this rise. But I don't think. But I think if you look at it, big chunks of their subscribers are to cooking and to crosswords. It's certainly not all Donald Trump.
All right, so Ben, I have a question for you. The thesis of your piece, I think, is that the success of the New York Times is coming at the expense of smaller outlets, the regional papers. What's the evidence that that's true? That actually our subscribers are being taken from them, as opposed to people kind of coming out and subscribing to us who weren't subscribing before to other New York Times or other papers?
I had a great conversation with our boss about this just last week, A.J. Salzberger. And I think the Times' view is, look, these guys, the L.A. Times, you know, the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, we wish them well. They're local newspapers trying to serve the local area. They don't cover the world. They don't have lots of correspondents in Washington. But that's the consequence of the fact that they've been knocked out of the business. They're not even competing in the Times' category anymore. But that's the evidence. There's no world where the new Minneapolis Star-Tribune tries to be the first read for people in Minneapolis who know what's going on in the world. It does a little by buying the New York Times news service, but basically it's now a local publication for people who care about Minneapolis in a way that used to be that would be your first read.
So, Ben, just stepping back slightly about the crisis in local journalism, and with so much power and influence being consolidated in places like the Times or the Washington Post, the argument, you hear it a lot, like, shouldn't Jeff Bezos, instead of just buying the next X number of staffers for the Post, like, shouldn't he buy a couple small regional newspapers? How dire is it right now? For not necessarily the Star Tribune, which is in a sort of big city in itself, but like people who live in smaller towns who suddenly don't have the ability to get that local news that informs decisions about things like city council and mayor, things that impact their day-to-day lives as much as, if not more, whatever the White House is doing.
I mean, like, it's incredibly dire out there. And it's not just that maybe you never wanted to read about the city council, but it sure was good that there was some reporter there making sure they didn't just steal all day. And I think part of the challenge is that, as people have pulled out the parts of the newspaper that were most popular, the national reporting, sports in particular, places like The Athletic. And what's left is kind of coverage that was so important for civic life. It was like a utility, but it wasn't necessarily popular. It wasn't driving advertising. And so if you look at, everywhere from big cities like Los Angeles, where the LA Times is kind of fighting its way toward a huge subscription goal, New York City, you see, you have sort of green shoots and leaves of nonprofit news here and there. You have small local blogs like Brooklyner that are kind of growing up, hopefully, into something bigger. And you have these newspapers, fighting to survive. But it's really quite dire.
All right, Ben Smith, good luck on the first day on the job. Thank you very much for coming on the show this morning.
They let me in.
They might not.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.